Hello, we are Team 20, and we are going to talk about ways to open up a brighter tomorrow for KT&G. Before we move on to our suggestion parts, let me introduce the current situation of KT&G. The core competency of KT&G is differentiated product lines backed up by a quality management system and financial strength. For other strengths, there are employees' welfare, high brand awareness in domestic market, and large distribution channels. However, KT&G also has some weaknesses. They have unethical image, have low brand power in global markets, and judging from the fact that they have over 1 trillion cash and cash equivalents, we determine that they tend to invest inefficiently. Among several external environments, increasing low-tar cigarette consumption, expansion of new markets such as Africa and Latin America can be opportunities for KT&G. Low tax on rolling tobacco can also be an opportunity for them. On the other hand, tighter regulations, declining smoking rate, and launch of IQOS can be threats. Based on this SWOT analysis, we generated 5 possible options for KT&G. For SO option, we suggest KT&G to launch new product in rolling tobacco type and to establish overseas factory. For ST option, we suggest launching e-cigarettes in response to IQOS of Philip Morris. For WO option, by focusing more on localizing products for newly growing markets, KT&G can complement their low brand awareness in global market. Finally, for WT option, we propose to improve smoking areas for smokers. From now on, we are going to explain more details about 3 options among these 5. First one is improving installation of public smoking rooms, which is WT option. This is also one way to improve CSR activity that KT&G is now doing. Currently, because of tighter regulations, the number of non-smoking areas has increased, which led to violation of rights of smokers. To improve this situation, we judge that both quantitative and qualitative improvements are needed. We recommend to install smoking areas in university campuses and areas with large floating population. And for existing smoking areas, facilities should be improved. By building more smoking areas and improving facilities, KT&G can create more social value, and through marketing effects, they can earn more profit in long term.
Let me introduce our very new rolling tobacco brand, Veritas. It will provide a more than ever genuine experience. Our main target segment will be devoted smokers regardless of age, gender, and region, who demand DIY cigarettes. Compared to our main competitor, Philip Morris's rolling tobacco brand, Blue, our new brand, Veritas, will be positioned at the high-end spectrum with emphasis on both high quality and high convenience. The main advantage of our product is that customization of various flavored tobacco leaves is possible. Therefore, we have decided to sell each packet of tobacco leaves in 13 grams, which is enough to make an average of 20 cigars. And also, tobacco leaves will be offered in many variants, and this will be easy because we can just package the various raw tobacco leaves from the manufacturing lines. The cigarette tubes itself will be sold in boxes of 100 because the expire date for the cigarette tubes is extremely long compared to that of tobacco leaves. And we're able to utilize economies of scale. We also need to provide tools such as tubing machines, which will assist smokers to easily insert the tobacco leaves into the cigarette tubes. However, KT&G currently does not have available technology for manufacturing such tools. So we have decided to form a strategic alliance with a manufacturing firm who does have the appropriate technology and capacity. KT&G has a lot of cash available, so we'll be able to enforce this contractual relationship financially as well. Also, in order to produce tools that are of higher quality and convenience, we will continually invest in joint research and development. A new brand, Veritas, will be priced at a premium compared to Philip Morris Blue, but sufficiently lower than the price of regular cigarettes. This will help in reinforcing a premium image and at the same time appeal to the potential customers on a relatively cheaper price compared to regular cigarettes. Currently, Philip Morris is selling its 13-gram tobacco leaves for 2,400 wons and 100 cigarette tubes for 500 wons. We will take a price-skimming strategy and price our 13 grams of tobacco leaves at 2,800 wons and 100 cigarette tubes at 700 wons. Utilizing the information available for the manufacturing costs of regular cigarettes in the KT&G production line, we were able to calculate that the material costs of the tobacco leaves were 117 wons for 13 grams and 500 wons for 100 cigarette tubes. In rolling tobacco, leaves and cigarette tubes are completely complementary. Therefore, even if we have a relatively low margin in the cigarette tubes, we're able to make substantial profit through the sale of tobacco leaves. Also, in incorporating tax, we calculate the tax rate for rolling tobacco by accumulating cigarette consumption tax, local education tax, wage charge, specific consumption tax, and National Health Promotion Fund. One of the main strengths of KT&G is its extensive distribution channels. We fully utilize all extensive distribution channels such as convenience stores and supermarkets that KT&G's original product lines of cigarettes are already distributed in. Various distribution issues such as transportation and display location decisions will not be a problem since distribution of Veritas is extremely similar to that of regular cigarette brands. And the manufacturing of rolling tobaccos will also take place in the same location as other cigarette brands. After the launching of Veritas, we will promote it in two ways. Firstly, we'll advertise it within the convenience stores and supermarkets. Regulation on advertising cigarettes states that promotion of cigarettes is only available within the stores that carry the particular product. So we'll advertise it through posters and displays on the shopping aisles and in front of the counters, just like IQOS is doing right now. Secondly, we will advertise Veritas through various magazines that successfully target our specific customer segments, found out through extensive market research. Regulation states that advertising of cigarette brands are only allowed 10 times per year through magazines. Therefore, we will carefully select relevant magazines and promote our brand image through celebrities such as Paul Pierce. Paul Pierce is an NBA legend superstar and he's well known to the fans and the public as the truth. Our slogan for Veritas is genuine experience, which implies a concept of true tobacco experience. Thus, the image of Paul Pierce clearly matches the brand image of Veritas. So successful implementation of advertisement through magazines will be a highly effective method of promotion.
Hello, I'm going to explain another SO option, which is to establish more efficient supply chain networks. After raising tobacco price in 2015, KT&G has lost about 4% of its market share to foreign cigarettes. The market share, which fell sharply rise after the price change in 2015, has remained partially recovered 2 years later, but it is unlikely to recover as much as before. Therefore, in order to overcome this situation, it seems appropriate to make the supply chain efficiently. The existing overseas market distribution structure of KT&G can be divided into two parts. First, KT&G procures the tobacco leaves needed for tobacco production in Korea and procures in sufficient proportion from overseas. Then, it has an export distribution structure in which tobacco leaves are processed at domestic manufacturing plants and cigarettes are produced and exported overseas. In order for KT&G to achieve higher efficiency in supply chain, it is necessary to improve the distribution structure. There are currently 3 cigarette manufacturing plants in Korea. The largest is the Shintanjin factory, followed by the Yeongju factory and Gwangju factory, which produce the smallest quantity. In 2016, KT&G sold about 2.26 billion packs of cigarettes in Korea. This amount is less than the 2.99 billion packs produced by the Shintanjin plant in 2016. If the overseas production of 2.17 billion units, which exceeds the domestic sales volume, is less costly, producing and selling overseas will benefit KT&G. According to the result of overseas exports until 2016, KT&G has the largest number of exports to Middle East and Russia and sees Africa as a promising market. In other words, if KT&G builds factories in these areas and use them as overseas exporter bases, we can get more benefit. The benefit from the cost side are largely ocean freight costs, labor costs, and raw material costs. First of all, the Tanga Industrial Complex in Tanzania offers lease of land for free to newly entering foreign company and provides subsidies for other administrative expenses. Results from comparison of ocean freight costs, including North America and Central Asia, exporting from Korea is 70% more expensive than exporting directly from Tanzania. Therefore, the new Tanzania plant will export to Asia, Middle East, Russia, and Africa. The average monthly wage in Tanzania was around 200,000 won per month in 2016, which is only 6% of the 3.3 million won in Korea. Also, if tobacco leaves are imported into Korea, it costs an average 6,000 won per kilogram. However, if it is harvested on the spot overseas, its costs are substantially reduced to 4,000 won per kilogram. Asia, Middle East, Russia, and African market accounted for 72% of KT&G's total exports. So the new Tanzania plant will produce over 72%, which is 1.56 billion units out of 2.17 billion. Assuming an annual production of 1.56 billion units, the total saving on ocean freight costs, labor costs, and raw material costs are estimated at around 24.1 billion won. It means that the initial factory construction cost of 187 billion won can be recovered from roughly 7 to 8 years. Therefore, from a long-term perspective, a new factory in Tanzania could benefit from reducing costs to KT&G. In addition, it should be noted that the 1.56 billion units produced is similar to the 1.54 billion units produced by the two Yeongju and Gwangju factories, excluding the Shintanjin plant in 2016. That is, if the demand for cigarettes in Korea, North America, and other countries is produced at the Shintanjin plant and the remaining 1.56 billion units are produced at the Tanzania plant, the Yeongju plant and Gwangju plant no longer need to be operated. According to KT&G policies, plants that have been shut down are not taken down. Therefore, additional close down costs will not incur. This strategy doesn't undermine public needs nor cause further negative externalities because the implementation is for cost efficiency in the entire supply chain networks, not quantity increase in sales.
So far, we have looked into some of the options we have gained through SWOT analysis. All of these options are good strategies, but there is a limit of a company's resources or capabilities to run all strategies at the same time. We have prioritized our options by evaluating them on 3 criteria: profitability, urgency, and the case of implementation. Our method of ranking is relatively ranked, giving 5 points to the most appropriate option. First, profitability was evaluated in terms of short-term within 1 year and long-term after 1 year. We weighed 40% on short-term and 60% on long-term to evaluate profitability. Launching e-cigarette can be very profitable in the short-term as well as in the long-term, as evidenced by the IQOS case and considering the brightest prospect of the e-cigarette market. Localizing strategy and launching rolling tobacco can also be profitable in the relatively short period of time. However, building a new factory abroad or installing proper smoking areas has been given a low ranking in terms of short-term profitability, since it is initially costly. However, in terms of long-term, it is very profitable by creating enormous cost saving in the new factory and an environment where smokers can freely smoke. And since the localization needs to change as the consumer and market characteristic of each region change, long-term profitability of it is somewhat low. Long-term profitability of launching rolling tobacco is also relatively low, since the market size is limited than that of other ordinary cigarettes. In terms of urgency, launching e-cigarette is ranked highest. Considering competitors, it would be difficult to have a high share in e-cigarette market if KT&G do not launch e-cigarette quickly. And as the social atmosphere regarding anti-smoking, it will be a big threat to the cigarette market itself if the smoking rights are not guaranteed. And for the remaining options, they are not urgent strategies that must be done in the current situation, so they were given a low ranking. Finally, the launch of e-cigarette can be implemented most easily due to existing R&D results and a wide distribution network. In the case of launching rolling tobacco, there is little additional production equipment or research needed, so it is also very easy to implement. The improvement of smoking areas can be somewhat difficult because it requires constant maintenance after installation. Localizing strategy also requires steady research and risk-taking. Lastly, building a factory overseas is most difficult in that it requires the most time, money, and effort. According to the result of our evaluation process, that the score is given according to the rank in each criterion and all points are added together. The launch of e-cigarette is the most important strategy, followed by improving smoking areas, launching rolling tobacco, localizing products, and building a factory overseas.
Now I will present the KT&G's financial analysis. First of all, we calculate the KT&G intrinsic value by FCFE valuation. We first calculated cost of equity 7.88% with the capital asset pricing model. Through sales projection, we derived free cash flow to equity and set 2% for terminal growth rate. Finally, we got 109,000 won for KT&G's fair share price. So our recommendation for the stock is hold. The price we got is pretty similar with the current market price of KT&G. We think this is very reasonable result. KT&G has very stable cash flow and low chance to change excessively in the future, since tobacco industry is highly regulated by the government. Because of these reasons I mentioned above, all the players in the market could easily predict the future cash flow of the KT&G, therefore its fair value. Next, we quantified each marketing and operation proposals in order to find out the impact of each proposal on KT&G's value. First, we input the construction cost for new factory in Tanzania and benefit from the factory on KT&G's FCFE. According to the calculation, KT&G's value increased about 734 billion won than before. Therefore, KT&G share price rises about 0.45%. Second proposal, Veritas, has the biggest impact on the KT&G's value. We newly launched high profitability brand KT&G's value goes up like 30,800 million won than before. This is about 2% increase in the share price. Last proposal, marketing proposal for Donginbi brand would make KT&G's value rise about 1,154 billion won than before, which is about 0.7% up for stock price. Finally, we are going to discuss about the Fair Trade Commission's penalty against KT&G on 16th February 2015. We keep track over the change in price before and after the FTC's announcement. In addition, we compare the price change of KT&G and change of cost index on the same period. We found that FTC's penalty was not very meaningful because the penalty amount was so small compared to KT&G's 2015 FCFE, and KT&G did not correct its illegal behavior after the penalty. Therefore, the announcement did not have much impact on the KT&G's value. This is the end of our presentation, and we believe that our presentation would be helpful to KT&G's tomorrow. Thank you.